no amount of regret can change the past, and no amount of anxiety can change the future.
Workshop Wisdom is a series of conversations with fellow makers. We ask them to share their learning and insights about life and the time spent in their workshops. In this episode, we chat to jewellery designer and maker Maggie Cross, located here in Cardigan, West Wales.
I'm Maggie and I make minimal but fun silver jewellery, mainly from my studio here in Cardigan, and I outsource some elements to the Jewellery Quarter in Birmingham where I studied.
Incredible. How would you describe your workshop?
I think it's quite cute, isn't it?
It actually is.
It's in the funny little Canol Van Tivy arcade on Cardigan High Street, and Nia from BU Yoga is just next door, which is nice. I'm training to become an acupuncturist, so I've got my treatment couch in here as well, which is all kind of a little bit random. But from January, I'll be doing piercing as well in here. So I think that'll merge the two things together quite nicely and kind of make the studio space make a bit more sense as well.
What is the usual day in the workshop like for you?
So I usually come here straight from the school run. I've got a little boy, and then I'll come and make a coffee in the kitchen downstairs and then write emails. I always write at least one to-do list. I love lists so much. And then I will either pack some orders and take them to the post office if I've got some orders. At the moment I've been busy with Christmas commissions, so that's been really fun. I love doing that because they're all kind of very special and always a bit different, so that's nice. Today I've been doing stock take to see if I've got to order more castings for ready for Christmas. So
incredible. And what would be the best day when you come into work?
Probably working on Christmas commissions, or special birthday, one-off pieces, because I get to do the whole thing then, and it's all fresh, and I'm focused on one job. I get to do the designing, and then back and forth with the customer. It becomes a bit of a collaboration, which is really nice, and then just getting super lovely feedback. 99% of the time is just nice that people have looked at my work and decided I like your style, I want you to do that. When I first started out, I think people were just sending me screenshots of things that they'd seen on Pinterest and stuff, can you make this for my girlfriend or something, and I was at the beginning I was kind of yeah, I could, and now since then I've developed my own style, and I'm a lot more sure of
what you feel's right for you,
exactly.
as well as for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any rules or rituals when working?
So I always try to get in a good headspace before I come into work. So I like to do a bit of meditation and a bit of exercise in the morning. I like using apps like Headspace and Shreddy because I like to tick things off. And then I try not to drink too much coffee. I'm trying at the moment to eat before I drink coffee because I read somewhere that that's better for you that way. And then I'll make sure that I get some fresh air because there aren't any windows in here, and it can feel a bit like you're in a cave and you don't really know what's going on outside. So I'll do that, and I'll often meet my friend Flo for a coffee in the middle of the day, and I think that's
incredible. It sounds
definitely lists as well. I'm so obsessed with lists. I'll write a list and then I'll write another list that's slightly different, and then I'll be okay, I've got that list, I got that list.
Yeah, and the satisfaction of taking it out.
And I'm the kind of person that will write down something that I've just done and then take it off if it wasn't on the list already.
I can relate.
Yeah.
Incredible. And how do you say that you best like to work? Do you best like to work with the music on, listening to a podcast, or in silence?
So I always have, usually on the way down to the studio, I'll have some pumping tunes in my AirPods to get me kind of in the zone, come on, you got this, you're doing good. And then once I'm in here, I like to have the radio on. I usually have Radio 6 or NTS, just a bit of background noise. I do love podcasts, but I don't really find that I work that well with them on, because it's a bit like multitasking. If you're interested in what they're talking about, then it can be quite distracting. So I kind of save them for like long drives. But I like Adam Buxton and How to Fail with Elizabeth Day.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I know the one. If you could recommend one podcast or YouTube, what would it be? Would it be Elizabeth Day?
Yeah, probably, yeah. I've been enjoying that one when I've been driving recently.
Amazing. And who inspired you when you were starting?
So I was thinking about this. I'm not really sure in terms of like artists, although like Instagram's like super good for finding inspiration and connecting with like other artists. I don't really know. But yeah, without wanting to sound too cringy, I'd probably say my son, because I was pregnant in my final year of like uni studying jewellery, which wasn't planned. And so then I was kind of thinking like, right, what are we going to do like with this little life of ours, little man? Like, so it kind of like motivated me, I think, to sort of have a job that I could be flexible with. And like, I hadn't really thought at that point about being self-employed. I hadn't really thought further ahead than like just like doing the jewellery degree. Hadn't really like imagined myself like being a silversmith. So then I think when I got pregnant, I was like, yeah, well, I've got to do it, because like I've got to make it work. And now it's like really good. Like after this, I'm going to go to the schoolroom, pick him up, go home, chill out with him.
So you've made it fit for your lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What themes, concepts drift into your work?
So all the jewellery I make is like simple, smiley and sustainable.
Yes.
Yeah, I think like it's important for me that my jewellery is minimal but without being boring, and I like that like the little smiley faces bring a little bit of joy wherever they go.
Absolutely.
And I'd like for them to be worn like every day as well, like not just on special occasions. What
is your favourite tool to use?
I definitely think my little jeweller's saw. Although I could like do with an upgrade really. I got it at a freshers fair at uni, which I was thinking was like literally about a decade ago, which is disgusting. But
the stories that I could tell.
Yeah, like I can't believe it was that long ago. But yes, it was actually a freebie. But it's like, yeah, the stories it could tell, like I've made so many little, like brought so many little like characters to life, like using that little saw. And like the charms that I make like start off as little doodles, and then I basically draw them out onto the silver and cut them with that little saw. So like they wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that little saw.
I love that.
Yeah.
Would you say that there's a product that defines you?
So I think the smiley flower charm, because I kind of started out with just a smiley face, and then they were getting quite popular, and I was like, okay, what else could I do? So I've done like smiley suns, smiley hearts, and the smiley flower. I don't know, I just love it. Like some people think it's a cloud, I think it's a flower, but I don't mind. You can think it can be whatever you want it to be, but I just feel like it's quite me. And then I put a thing out. It was actually over a year ago now on Instagram, asking like, what would you like to see from me next? And people said that like they'd like to see the charms as signet rings. So amazing. I then got I worked with like a CAD designer to help like
bring it to life.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got like a little
very nice
smiley flower signet ring now as well. So it's like the same little character but as a ring.
Have you found that people have got the necklace, have got the ring as well?
Yeah, I think people need to hurry up with their Christmas orders, guys. Sunday at midnight.
Sunday at midnight
is the deadline. Yeah, for like bespoke, like because the rings are made to order, like to fit your finger. But yeah, I think lots of people have got them on their Christmas list, hopefully.
Yay. Is there one thing that's making life harder right now?
So at the moment I'm finishing my acupuncture degree. Like I've got about 4 weeks left, so that's a struggle.
Thanks so much for fitting us.
That's okay. I don't know what possessed me, to be honest, but no, lovely to have you here. Yeah, I'm a single mum as well, so like those two things combined, and then trying to like sustain the jewellery business, like it can be a bit challenging at times. And also like Instagram's been a bit shit really.
Yeah,
recently.
algorithms.
Yeah, and then I'm like, can I do like TikTok? And then I'm like, I don't want it to feel forced. And so yeah, I think like a lot of people that are a bit of a like loose end with like, yeah, social media.
Of course.
But, yeah.
Okay, to brighten the mood, would you say that there's one thing that is making life easier right now?
To be honest, it probably is the same things that's making it harder, because like I do like getting up in the morning with like a sense of purpose and a big to-do list, and like having a bit of a rocket at my bum basically, which I've got at the moment. Like there's no time for Netflix or like lounging around. I'm just like, right, come on then, let's go. Like let's get all these things done, get the kids to school, get the degree finished, and yeah, do the jewellery business as well.
Do you have a quote or motto that you say to yourself repeatedly?
Yeah, so I've got a couple. One of them I'm just always like, go with the flow, Maggie. And also, no amount of regret can change the past, and no amount of anxiety can change the future. I actually got that one from Kourtney Kardashian, but I love it.
Do you have any advice for another maker?
Just honestly, just get up and go for it and enjoy yourself. Because like I was just saying about like the saw, getting that like 10 years ago, I'm like, that is so scary. Like, how was that 10 years ago? Yeah, basically like life is short. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah. So yeah, just do it if it's something that you enjoy. You can worry about like the money side of things and stuff like as you go along.